Back in the Jags den with Coach Will Smith, Spain Park Baseball. I guess we'll just start right out. What a great game last night.
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of highs. It was a marathon. Certainly am tired today.
Oh, I'm tired. In fact, it was tough getting out of bed this morning, sitting in that chair for so long. But I think if you want to just start off, and not a negative, but I think just case in point of something that you continue to point out week after week is no-hit baseball through 7 innings, but they have 1 run because of the walks. And that's really that's only the one kind of glaring point in that game to that point. Otherwise, it's phenomenal for Spain Park.
Yeah, no question. Even the night before against Tuscaloosa County, I think we're no hitting them throughout that time period as well. And then you get to, I guess the thing that's hurting us is it's driving our pitchers' pitch count high. And we'll have an inning where we'll throw 10 pitches, and then you'll have one where it's about, in the 30s, and it's hurting. It's because of we're behind guys, and we're not getting a lot of soft contact early in the at bats, et cetera. But we've really thrown the ball well, though. I mean, if we could eliminate those, that would be awesome. Because the guys that have been throwing kind of on the stretch have got really good stuff.
Yeah, and you got to be happy, too, because you have had an opportunity the last 2 games to get a little bit deeper in the bullpen than you have in some games, in some critical situations. And some of those guys have either delivered or kept you, at base to where you can then attack in the next inning and win the ball game.
Yeah, no question. We have had the opportunity to get some guys in and in some pressure roles. You look at it over the last, 7 days, starting last Thursday with Vestavia. 3 of those 4 games, Vestavia, Oxford, Tuscaloosa County, Thompson, 3 of those 4 have been 1-run ball games. The Vestavia game being a 6-4 game, but getting guys in high leverage, high pressure type situations. Connor Langston, Blake Patrick, Jake Irwin the other night, bringing Evan Smallwood. Has been good to see. How are they going to respond? In that part of the game.
I tell you, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but when Evan gave up those 2 runs last night, I still felt good about our opportunity to win because I saw a look on his face where he was still determined that you guys were going to come back and win that game. And when you have a senior leader that does something like that, did he kind of come back in and start kind of rallying the troops and pulling through that we still got this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was I was watching the film a while ago, just hung a breaking ball. The kid puts a good swing on it. Matthew Weidra made a heck of a play just to give us a chance. I thought he was going to catch it, but got really close to catching it. And I knew that in the last inning we let off. We had Chapman and then Aiden leading off the inning. I knew if one of the 2 got on, we had a chance. And Chapman hit a hard ground ball at shortstop. Aiden gets hit, and then he kind of starts, from there.
You kind of come through and put it in golf terms the amen corner of your schedule right now. You got Vestavia, one of the top teams in the state that people think will compete. Oxford, top 6A team, and some people think one of the top. Tuscaloosa County, and then Thompson. So, and you come out with wins in all 4 of those games with your team fighting. So you got to feel good about the way they've responded to that challenge playing some of the top teams.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I would put our schedule and our resume against anybody. I mean, in the last, like I said, the last 7 days, playing, top Thompson last night was number 1 ranked team in the state. Vestavia, Tuscaloosa County, all in there. Oxford, 1, 2, or 3 in 6A. And that was the goal. That was the goal whenever we designed and tried to create the schedule is to be able to put guys in those type of spots so that when April comes, they've been in it before. And I think it's a huge deal to learn the importance of finding ways to win. And that was the thing I told the guys the other night. I sense something special in the group because it's somebody different every night. Somebody different every night with, getting a hit, making a pitch, making a play. And it was last night as well.
And then Cole Edwards, he, against Tuscaloosa County, gets a 2-0 count, I believe, and then it's a double, gets 2 runs, gets the lead back. But even more importantly, last night, I think a play that's probably not going to really show up on the stat sheet, the scorebook is, it's a little pop fly down to the right field line, but he comes hard out of the box, doesn't even think to stop, and he turns that into a double, whereas most people were probably just jogging down looking at the ball and turn that into a single. And just that extra hustle and just doing it right is probably what won the ball game for you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew obviously he mishit it a little bit, but I knew with the way the outfielders were playing that it had a chance to fall. And, by him getting into second base, it really changed the inning. We were able to JT laid down a great bunt to get him over. They were forced then to walk the bases loaded. And Battersby's been swinging as well as anyone in our lineup. I knew it was a good matchup for us. I knew that he was, I knew that he wasn't going to get overpowered by the guy, and he had a really hard ground ball to the shortstop, and that's the thing with Cole being at third. Obviously, us being in a contact type play down angle, I knew that it was going to be a bang bang play even if he fields it cleanly, and fortunate. We got a bounce there.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a hard hit ball. He's short, doesn't have a lot of time to react. The shortstop had been solid all night. I think that play says more. I think that play says a little bit more about the hit than the shortstop, because James Battersby did get a lot on that, and it was hit well. So you've got Briarwood Friday night. Still another formidable opponent, bringing some great pitching. And that kind of rounds out again your murderer's row of the schedule there before you get a little bit of a break. So what are you looking forward to? Obviously a big high last night. So I'm sure one of the things you're looking for tomorrow is how do they respond? How do they come back?
Yeah. So I don't even know what time it was we left last night. I know it was after like 10:30, 11 o'clock, but. Then we had an early morning this morning in the weight room. We're going to hit today and try to get our legs back under us a little bit before we play Briarwood tomorrow night. But with the addition of the 2 weeks before the season, so we were given 2 more weeks of practice before the season. I can sense that the guys are a little bit tired, and the break's going to come at a good time. It'll be good to kind of get away, recharge the batteries, and then come back toward the end of spring break. And of course, there's area up ahead of right after spring break. So, and that's what the season's all about. Playing really good right now. I wish that we could bottle some of the mojo that we got and carry it into April the 4th and the 6th, but we can't. So we gotta try to, like I said, take the next couple of days after Friday, recharge the batteries, a few days off, get back in the groove after spring break, and then we got Oak Mountain that first week in April.
Talk a little bit about real quick the tournament next week. It's over at Hoover met, and then you get the unique opportunity to play some teams. I believe you got somebody playing a team from Utah, Nashville, and another one from out of state. So I'm sure that'll be fun for the boys to see some fresh faces. But just talk real quick a little bit about that tournament.
Yes, we have 6 games over 4 days is what we'll play. It'll also be a good opportunity for us to play some guys that haven't been playing a lot. Get them some experience, get them some at bats, those type of things. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to because they deserve that. They spend a lot of time working hard. So we'll have the opportunity to play. Some guys that are not necessarily regular guys, probably 1 or 2 of those 6 games. But we've always used it as a kind of a springboard. Like this is where you got to jump start it because, like I said, the following week is what matters, and just to try to be prime and peaking at the right time is what you're trying to do.
All right, Coach. Well, anything you want to add before you head out? One last game, get a couple days rest on spring break.
No, I just like I said, last night you just exhausted after a game last night. You go home and you can't sleep because your adrenaline's still flowing so much, and but it's fun. You look at talking to the guys today are like, Coach, we're tired, but gosh, it was fun last night. So it's really, really fun when you're in it. The next day you got to find a way to grind through it and get stuff done today. So I'm excited about it.
All right, well, enjoy the game again. Good luck against Briarwood tomorrow night. Enjoy a couple days off spring break, and go Jags.
Go Jags.
is going to be tough, George. It's a brutal wind. That's me.
Test. Why am I getting so much? Oh, there we go. It's not plugged in all the way. Hello. And hello, hello. Testing. Hold on.
Is that supposed to be down?
Hold on.
I got it.
Audio. No, you don't want that on.
Whew. This might be the stoutest wind blowing in I've ever seen at a baseball game.
Test it. Here, let me see something there. Let me see, make sure those are both plugged in.
There it is. It's like a short.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Got to plug it in. There we go. Wasn't all the way plugged in. All right, here we go. We're ready to go. Might have to make a little adjustment to the outfield cam. It's wind has already blown it a little bit. So, all right, here we go. So, Ricky, starting pitcher today is going to be Jacob Tobias. So, starting defense, you're going to go back to Clay Spencer behind the plate, Cole Edwards, Auburn signee at first base, James Battersby at second base, Aiden Burke Jr. at shortstop, Evan hit by pitch Smallwood, who's going to Jacksonville State if he survives the season from getting hit by pitch. Third base, Matthew Weeder, who had a nice night at the plate last night and is really stroking the ball well right now out in left field. John Robert Thompson back out in center, and Ryan Cole back in the lineup. Out in right field, I'm not sure what I can say because he doesn't get on base out there, but he does when he's,
When he's at bat, he
when
gets
he's at
on
bat.
base.
So, anyway, but that is going to be the defense for the Jaguars today. Got a pretty good. I don't know what's different about it because you would think the field's 90 feet, 60 feet 6 inches, but you get such a better view from the camera from first base side than you do from. It just picks up more. It's so much harder to set even in the same position on the.
Got a lot of wind we're dealing with today.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's hitting one out to left field today.
No, it is. The flag is standing straight out, blowing in from left field. So, opposite of what we had last night, where it was blowing out hard to right.
And I get the. Let's see here. Get the scoreboard going.
Hey, Hannah Joy.
So let's change it up a little bit too, Ricky. Changed our configuration just a little bit to go ahead and get Game Day Sports Radio up there with the scoreboard because we got some information to get out to everybody. So area play starts on Tuesday.
Look at there, we got banners and everything.
And Game Day Sports Radio is going to be running a Pack the Park promotion, much like we did for baseball or basketball, where we put out an Instagram promo tonight, and students who
like or share, we'll get a free ticket to go to the game Tuesday at Oak Mountain because we want to pack the park like we did. We had a good showing all through basketball, and I know the basketball players really appreciated it. So, anyways, so there you go. So we can run the ticker here between innings there
Pack the
and
park.
area play. I mean, it's important. I mean, this group of seniors been together a long time. It'd be nice to see them get out of area and continue to play deep into April, maybe even into early May.
I would like that a lot.
Would you like that, Clay? Yeah. So, but Clay doesn't care. He's just going to keep playing no matter what.
He just wants to play.
Clay doesn't go to the game. The game comes to Clay. So hey,
All right, Jacob Tobias on the mound.
game number 6 after 4 days. Lots of baseball played this week.
Fastball misses in. 1-0 now. Spain Park versus the Auburn Tigers. And there is a fastball, and it's popped up to left field. It's going to be tricky out there on fly balls with this wind today, but Aiden Burke makes the catch for the first out of the game. Batter was Cosby for Auburn.
Just going to let you know, home office called last night, Ricky. Gave you high marks on your performance last night on your play-by-play.
It's a good thing they didn't catch all the curse words that you bleeped out.
Nah, I didn't bleep any out. They did think the umpire was a little bit more on point than you were, though, but on a couple of calls. Actually, I said that backwards. They thought the umpire missed more calls than you thought he did. They thought you were too easy on him at times.
You're trying to get me riled up, aren't you?
I am.
Well, this one behind the plate can do it too.
What do we have there, ball?
Yeah, I had a ball. Yeah. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball. Jacobs looks like he's got pretty good control today.
They are going to send you those some scratch and sniff and some paint by numbers on the difference between turf and the dirt, though, so you maybe can get that straight.
To be honest, I'm really good with it. There's another pop-up. That's going to get out of play over the first base dugout.
Hey, man, hopefully that wind died down like that for a while. So.
is the batter for Auburn. There's a 1-2 count here with one away in the top of the first. There's an off-speed pitch by Tobias, and that gets the strikeout for the second out of the inning. Great pitch right there.
Something you've been asking for a lot, off speed early from him.
Yeah, well, I got a thank you from John Robert last night that said they've been seeing a lot more early off-speed stuff. And
Yeah, apparently I cut the stream, but I didn't cut the recording, so it only part of his interview. So I'm going to go ahead and separate that off and get that out. I know when John Robert talks, people like to listen. He's a good kid, man.
great kid. Fun to watch pitch. Really enjoyed it this year. And there was a called strike by Tobias. Tell you what, Jacob's been pitching really well lately.
Yeah, he's been finding his groove a little bit.
There's an off-speed pitch, curveball, and swing and a miss. Gets a quick 0-2 count.
Been finding his groove a little bit earlier in the game, last couple of starts, which is nice to see. You know, especially if he continues to get stronger as the game goes on, like he's done all season. Ooh, I like it.
Foot outside.
I know, but I like it. I like the location.
I do not. It's a wasted pitch. I'd like to
I
see
like
that.
it. It was up and out. It was up and out. It was
A
up and
little more
out.
competitive. And there's one in the dirt, and now we're at a 2-2. Yeah, elevated fastball there. Would these guys are aggressive. They're out here swinging the bat, and best way to counter that is get some elevated fastballs when you're heading the count.
Tell you, I watched
There it was.
some of the game last night. Downloading the footage and stuff like that, and there's some good defensive plays in both those games last night. A couple of Coleman Gray putting somebody out at second base. Ryan Cole's throw from the outfield. Missed a couple double plays that we're going to need to tighten up as we move into the next 2 weeks.
There's a ground ball to third base. Smallwood takes it and makes the throw to Edwards, who comes off the bag but gets his foot back down for the third out of the inning and retires the Auburn Tigers in order. 0-0 going to the bottom of the first.
I feel Cam's a little bit more zoomed in, so I'm going to go make an adjustment there here in a few minutes, but maybe the wind will die down.
I feel like we're really highlighting that umpire.
Well, like I said, I'm not pleased with this purchase. The return receipt is already printed. The other camera's on order. I mean, that's why that was just foolish. I mean, you got something that you know that works. You've already learned how to use it. Just stick with what got you here, right?
That's it.
That's why I'm sticking with you, Ricky.
I don't know where I've got you, George, but all right.
And you
Watch
used all
this.
that height on that one, Cole.
And Cole's on his 8th pair of pants this season. I think his mom told me the other day he was on his 7th pair and ripped those on his first slot of the game.
And turf will tear up the pants quicker than anything.
He does it on dirt. Don't have the Auburn pitcher yet. Smallwood's going to lead it off for Spain Park here in the bottom of the first inning, and as usual, Cole Edwards will follow him on deck. Jacob Tobias in the hole, and Clay Spencer in cleanup. First pitch low and outside, 1-0 to Smallwood.
Give him another pitch or two, he'll get hit.
Payne is the pitcher, and there's a ground ball to shortstop. Makes the throw, and there's the first out of the inning for the Auburn Tigers. Norton, the shortstop, made the throw over to Waldrop at first base. Mason is the catcher for Auburn. Allen at third. Cosby in right field. Bellew in center, and Daniel in left field. Payne on the bump. First pitch was a ball to Cole Edwards. There's a all-speed pitch. Got a lot of the zone, and Cole got a little frisky on that one and turned on it pretty hard.
I think it went in the bullpen over there.
It did. He hit it through the fence. Fences are no match for Cole. There's an off-speed pitch in the turf.
There you go. I mean, you keep calling it the dirt.
I like calling it the dirt because it's dirt.
I agree.
There's a swing and a miss at a low off-speed pitch.
Baseball's meant to be played on the dirt.
Well,
But I remember those good old days. Sandlot was on the other day. Remember those good old days? You're
I
out
love
there all
Sandlot.
day long, and I mean, you didn't know where the
filthy.
dirt started and where it ended.
there's a fastball misses down.
So, those were the good old days. You didn't even watch those close. You just threw them away. And
A full count here to Edwards. And there's a hard hit ball to shortstop. And makes the throw and gets him by a half step at first base. That'll be the second out of the inning.
I was gonna say you got a little casual there with Cole's speed. Cole.
Goal speed's tricky because you don't expect a guy that size to move the way he does, but he is fast. Jacob Tobias now the batter for Spain Park. There's a called strike for the first pitch. Ball misses out.
Surprised they let that pitch stand. Everybody was coming across. That ball bounced, foul ball from another field bounced across. But
He did not let it stand, I don't think. I think he actually waved that pitch off. There's a hard hit ball by Tobias. That's going to get down for a hit. It gets away from the right fielder, and Jacob's going to get extra bases out of this. He's going to coast into second base standing up. Tobias's bat has remained hot. If I could
and he's
speak.
pitching well. So we'll get that. I'll get that outfield camp fixed. But man, I don't want it for one more day. I'm not pleased with that purchase.
I'm not pleased with that purchase either. We should spend your money better, George.
Well, it's all coming back, and I got the other one on order, and it's be here on Tuesday. We should have it for the area game.
Cleanup hitter Clay Spencer's up to bat with Jacob Tobias in scoring position on second after the double.
Don't know if
Wedra is on deck.
I'm not sure Clay be able to put one out today on left field. I don't think anybody can. That's be a
Tell you
tall
what,
order.
Yeah, if he does put one out, that's going to be an impressive barrel.
Oh.
Now Wedra might be able to do it. He's got maybe a wind helping just a tiny bit. There's a called strike. 1-1's the count now. Not an overpowering guy, Payne, for Auburn, but looks like he has really good off-speed stuff, mixes his pitches up well. Has good location. There's a very slow curveball for a called strike. I think Clay wishes he would have not been sitting dead red on a fastball there, and takes the count to 1-2. There's another ball on the field.
Hey, so what'd you think about opening day for the first time in I don't know how long? All 30 teams or whatever, open on the same day and open up on the same day. We didn't have one in Japan, one in England, and everybody opening up over a week. Everybody, start your engines on the same day.
There's a hard hit ball. That's going to be fouled by a few feet down the left field line. I'm always excited about opening day, and it's a big day, but now I'll break this to you gently. I'm a bigger college baseball fan than pro baseball fan.
Oh, I am too. Other than, Sean and I might sit and watch a Sunday night baseball game, but
Swing and a miss. That's going to retire the inning for Auburn on a very, very slow curveball.
the wind, I got to go tighten up this outfield camera. Can't
right.
return it if it breaks, right?
That's true. All right, well, we're going to go to the second inning. Score 0-0, Spain Park and the Auburn Tigers. Quarterback Bellew is going to be the batter for Auburn. Bellew. There's a fastball, misses out. 1-0. Foul ball on the swing. Takes the count now 1-1. Fastball misses up, 2-1 for Bellew.
I didn't realize how long we were out here last night. I got home and I was talking to Sean. He's like, "Dad, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up." And it was like, looked up, it was like 12:45.
Yeah, it was a late night. There's a called strike. Evens the count up at 2-2 now. There's an off-speed pitch in the dirt, gets the chase, and Clay throws down to first base, and there's the first out of the inning on the strikeout by Tobias. Good pitch right there. Tell you what, we've been faced some good teams that haven't chased a lot of two-strike pitches in the dirt, or turf, as George likes to say, but got the chase there on a really good-looking pitch by Tobias. It's going to bring up Daniel now. And there is a first pitch swinging. Battersby got up, got a glove on it, but couldn't quite haul it in, and that's going to be a single for Daniel out to right field. Just off the tip of Battersby's glove. Maybe mistimed that jump just a tiny bit. Would have been a heck of a catch, though.
It would have been. Well, this will be workable for today, but then we'll be back. We'll be official on Tuesday with the.
Umpire called timeout mid-delivery there. And there's a ball on the field.
It was a ball, so it probably works to Tobias's benefit there, but it just
Well,
upsets the rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It's
Gets in the head a little bit. Just,
you know. And there is a single out to left field on the fastball by Tobias, and Auburn is going to, they're going to try to score here. And they're going to get the run in as the batter gets a double out of it. That takes it Auburn 1, Spain Park 0 here in the top of the second inning.
I did learn today that area play will start at 5 p.m. with no JB in front of it, so you get a little earlier start, a little more sun, a little bit less under the lights.
Well, that's good for your bargain camera in right field.
Hey, man, the camera is gone on Tuesday. You know,
Woods is going to be the batter. Waldrop's the runner on second base for Auburn. Got one away. Sorry, George, what were you saying?
You know, you make an effort to improve sometimes, and it just doesn't work out. So you adjust course. You know, but this one, lesson learned. You don't overthink it.
Fastball in the dirt.
You know, I overthought it. Should have just gone with what worked.
So keep my mouth shut.
I know.
I told you from the get-go, get the good camera. Don't
I
buy
know.
the cheap, crappy one.
It wasn't. This got good ratings, but.
There's a hit up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. And the runner got hung up off of second base, and we could not make the throw back into second. Sorry about the wind there.
I'll tell you, the wind is
Wind's wreaking havoc. I think it's kind of getting in the guys' heads a little bit. That was very different type of play out there in the middle by those guys. Seem to just really have trouble picking the ball up and getting it in.
We will be adding a third man to our crew on Tuesday. Jay Bradford said he would join us. And that'll be helpful to you when I got to go do all my technical stuff, and so I don't leave you sitting on an island out here by yourself.
I was about to say, it feels like now it's going to be the Jay and Rick show.
Nah.
We'll just have you for technical duties. All right, Coach Dunn's finished talking to the infield and Jacob Tobias. Fox is the batter. We got runners Waldrop on second, Woods on first base for Auburn. Auburn threatening here. Get on the board again in the top of the second. The fastball misses up, 1-0.
Where do you? I'll ask you later because you'll blame me for doing something here.
Swing and a miss on a fastball up at the belt.
Oh, geez.
We're gonna have to put something over your microphone, George.
Oh, sorry.
Catching some hardcore wind over there. There's a swing and a miss at another fastball up in the zone.
Turn down my gain here a little bit.
Your voice carries. You don't need a lot of gain.
We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 swings at fastballs up in the belt plus area. And there's one at the bottom of the zone, swing and a miss. That'll be the second out of the inning. Good pitch there, working the zone up and down. I love working the zone vertically, and that was a great job there by Jacob Tobias and Clay Spencer.
You should just be happy we have dry chairs because I left them out here. I put them under the bleachers, I guess, but it had enough cover because I left the tripod and the chairs out here, and I thought we were going to be sitting in soaking wet chairs as much rain as we got last night.
Well, I opened the chairs up, and that green one that I usually sit in that you're in today was wet, so that's why you're sitting in it. And there's a forced play at second base. That will end the inning as Mason grounds out to shortstop.
Nice play there by Smallwood.
Yes, third base. I'm sorry, I said shortstop.
Calm, cool, and collected over there like he's been there for years.
Like an old veteran. All right, Auburn strands 2. No runs in the second inning there. 1-0 going to the bottom of the second for Spain Park. We will have James Battersby leading us off. Apologize, Matthew Weidro will lead us off. And James Battersby will be on deck.
Just in case it's not large enough for you on the ticker on the bottom there, area play does start. Whole new season. Basically what you've done as of today doesn't matter. It's 6 games. You got to come out of the area, and we start off at Oak Mountain on Tuesday at 5 p.m. And GameDay Sports Radio is going to do a Pack the Park promotion. Students who get on Instagram over the next couple of days and like the what we put out there and direct message will get a ticket. We need all the students we can to get out there. Time to take and there's no excuse to, some people live closer to Oak Mountain than they do to Spain Park.
Well, the school's about a mile apart, mile and a half. There's a called strike to Weidro in the bottom of the zone. 0-1. And the off-speed pitch misses, gets to the backstop. Even the count up at 1-1 now. And off-speed pitch in the dirt. 2-1. There's ball 3 low. And a steady dose of off-speed pitches there to Matthew, which is very smart of the Auburn pitcher. And there was another off-speed pitch. Got a swing. Oh, catcher interference is called.
Oh, wow.
And Matthews, his swing caught the catcher's mitt. just a little bit. Good call by the umpire there to
Yeah,
catch
you don't
that.
see that. You don't see that very often. I mean,
I think Clay had 1 or 2 early this season.
yeah.
Well, you know, as a catcher, you're always trying to push and getting as close as possible without getting hit, and sometimes you tick up just a inch or so too far. All right, no outs. Weedner's at first base, and James Battersby is up to bat with Ron Cole on deck. There's a hard hit ball to shortstop. It's a great play by the shortstop. Not able to turn 2, but gets the lead runner on the fielder's choice.
Nice play by the shortstop there.
Yeah, that ball was hit on the button, made a diving stop, and threw it off of his rear end to get the out at second. That's what shortstops are there for.
Yeah, I mean, the shortstop's been solid so far. Yeah, that's what's his fourth put out of the game so far? Third?
I think third put out, yeah. All right, I got Ron Cole up to bat, and there's a called strike.
Rewatched, like I said, a little bit of that game last night. That was a very nice throw that he made from right field yesterday, and even better catch and tag from Clay. It was all had to be right there, timing perfect.
Indeed, it was.
And I guess, that does a little bit of benefit of the turf, too. When you're throwing from the outfield, you can kind of count on a little bit more consistent hop there coming up.
You get great hops on this turf, yeah, I'll tell you that. A lot of difference, though, on fly balls. Fly ball drops, and you better backpedal. There's a off-speed pitch, misses down and away. 2-1's now the count to Ron Cole. Battersby has good speed, but it's not a good pitch to run on. There's a foul ball, off-speed pitch up. Two and two with 1 away. There's a throw over to first. Battersby's back safely. All-speed pitch. Looked like a really good pitch by the Auburn
That was
pitcher,
a little too
Payne.
close, little too close for comfort there.
Yeah, it's too close on 2 strikes to
But
be taking
he
that.
does have the eye, though. He does walk a lot.
My thing is it's not that his eye, that's what I trust. There's a flare. It's going to fall, and Battersby was in motion, so that works out. He stopped 3/4, watched it, let it fall, and we have runners now on first and second on the little flare out to short center field. Hit dead into that wind. The center fielder looked like he had a bead on it, but then the ball just died and fell out of the sky. John Robert Thompson, the batter now for Spain Park, got 1 away and runners on first and second. How much do you think it affects a catcher throwing into such a stiff wind? That's a 25-mile-an-hour wind he's throwing dead into. It's not fun.
No, it's not.
It's a called strike to John Robert, 0-1.
And it does affect the pitcher. He's got it at his back, but the ball can say. It messes with location some. It's just tough on everybody.
His jersey's blowing around like crazy. There's a ground ball dink up. They're going to try to turn 2. John Robert beats it out. Runners now on first and third with 2 away here in the bottom of the second inning.
Remember, Sean got so upset years ago. We were playing in a tournament, and he was pitching, and there was wind like this, and they were a lot smaller, and the wind blew him and knocked him off the mound, and they called him for a balk.
It's a good call. And had to put him some ankle weights on next inning. I know you hate to part with your Jane Fonda ankle weights, but. And there's a ball that's going to get down and score a run. Oh, he made a diving effort, almost made the catch out in right field, but couldn't quite come up with it. That's going to get John Robert Thompson over to third base, and we have runners on. Aiden Burke will be on first now with the base hit. Good job. I'll tell you what, Aiden Burke's bat's getting hot at the right time.
It is.
Going in there to play is when we need him in that 9 spot. And,
That ties it up, right?
That ties it up at 1 apiece for Spain Park and Auburn. And the top of the lineup's up now with 2 away, and runners on first and third for Evan Smallwood. Ryan Cole's on deck.
Commonly referred to as hit by pitch.
Commonly. Auburn pitchers have pretty good control, but I've seen pitchers with good control still, man, find a way to hit Evan. There's a off-speed pitch in the dirt. And John Robert took off, made a bad read there, and is out at home. Coach Smith's not going to be happy there on that one. Ball only scored it away from the catcher a couple of feet.
Yeah.
Easy play for him.
Don't know what he saw there, though.
Interesting talking to John Robert last night, though, and told him I love the way he plays with such emotion and such vigor, and he said, I don't know any other way to play. And I said, it's the only way you should play, because you try to do something different, you probably won't be near as good. But occasionally that's what you get, though, when you play that way.
Well, there's playing with emotion and playing with controlled emotion, and he harnesses it pretty well. And
he plays with a lot of aggression. That wasn't a very aggressive play.
More times than not, too, he makes that decision. He makes it right, but
like I said, I've said this several times this year, I think that easiest thing for a coach to forgive on mistakes, mental mistakes, is aggressive mental mistakes. So if you make a lazy mental mistake, that's the worst thing for a coach. But you can live with guys being aggressive and making a mistake.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, if you're going to make your mistake, go down in flames, right? If you're going to make your mistake, go down, That's what
Going down in flames, George, the story of George Corey's life. It's a book title.
Hey, man, you go down in flames, you just rebuild the boat, right?
That's right.
I tell you, though, John Robert, he just, not only does he play with passion, but he also, finds a way to make a lot of the players around him better. Whether it's encouraging them or just working with them, And, I mean, I saw a lot of that because Logan's a wide receiver, when John Robert went down and with his ACL in football, obviously, heartbreaking, last year to play, has to miss season, but he didn't miss a beat. He was out there with those receivers in practice, working with them, helping them. Just like he was, had a potential to get on the next play. You wouldn't have known that he wasn't the way he was addressing.
Cosby's a batter for Auburn and swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, 0-1. Tell you what, George, I do believe my chair is wet. Off speed. Pitch misses up, 1-1. Fastball up, swing, and a foul ball. 1-2 now. That was an off-speed pitch up in the zone and got another foul ball.
Thank you.
Did you forget to plug the laptop in last night?
Nah, I plugged in last night. Just this thing drains a lot of power, man.
And there's a fastball up in the zone and a swing and miss. I'll tell you what, Jacob working the top of the zone and above the zone today has been really effective for him, and it's going to pay off later in the game. He gets his breaking ball working and can start it up top of the zone and break it down. It'll have a good shot at getting these Auburn hitters a little bit confused. Right now, he's he can throw a couple of change-ups, but sticking mostly fastballs, and that's a little bit high. 1-0.
Just a tad bit.
I don't know how we didn't get that call. I think 2 inches above the helmet's a strike. Ooh, that's a good pitch. I crossed the batter's crotch, right down the middle. Played up, decided to call that one high. Overcorrection now, misses below the zone. At 2-0 count or 3-0?
3-0. 3-0. First 3-0.
That misses low, and that'll be a 4-pitch walk. First walk of the game for Jacob.
I don't know what they're talking about there because I didn't see one that was close.
No, he's talking about the balls that the umpire's using are blims, which are
Oh.
defective balls that are not supposed to be used in actual games. They're generally just reserved for practice. As the manufacturers inspect the balls, they pull out any that have any issues and mark them as a blim. And somehow we're playing with those, or at least according to Coach Spencer.
Did not know that. Learned something new from you today.
Yeah, blims are usually about 25-30% cheaper. And,
Yeah,
a lot of
I
teams
know.
use them for batting practice, fielding, that type of thing. There's a foul ball as the runner goes for Auburn. We'll have to go back to first base. Allen is the batter, and Norton, the shortstop, is the runner at first base. 1-1's the count. Runner takes, no, he does not. He faked me out. Fastball misses up. It's 2-1 now. To the batter, Allen.
Coach Smith getting his defense line just like he wants them.
This Auburn squad graduated some really good pitching last year and has struggled to replace it. There's a foul ball up and out while Norton takes off to second again. Auburn's going to test Clay Spencer's arm, it looks like, early today. They're trying their best to swipe. Although I do think they're with 2-1 count, they are trying to hit and run. Batter fouled 2 off.
I would agree with that analysis.
I love hitting runs.
I do too. You know, I loved them when I was a batter too, because just that little extra pressure. You know, you almost you knew you had to you knew you had to hit it. You know, and you always seem to just put a little extra pressure on you, and it just I like that.
Good curveball right there. Misses out just a little bit, and count runs up to 3-1 for Allen here in the top of the third. And there's another hit and run and another foul ball. That's 3 in a row. Norton's, hope he's in good shape. Looks like he probably is. Shortstop. He's going to be running those 45, 50-foot sprints. And we have a 3-2 count now. All full up. See if we can land that curveball right here. And the runner goes. There's a curveball hit to third base, I want to say. And Smallwood makes a great throw over to Cole Edwards for the out. Gets the trailing runner. Norton moves to second base on the hit.
Only play had there, very smart.
Oh, yeah, definitely only play. The runner was in motion on the pitch, so
Took his time, made sure he got the out. And again, good awareness there by Burke, you know, covering third. You know, again, should know that at this level, but just sometimes you don't. It's surprising what people take for granted.
Did you say Burke?
Burke drifted over, covered third.
Oh, okay.
Make sure, because Smallwood's not going to get back there. But again, those are the things that, there's a lot of times that the ball's not coming to you, but you still got a job to do.
There's another hard hit ball. That's going to be a base hit and score run for Auburn as Ryan Cole hauls it in. Makes the throw in, holds a runner at first base. But Bellew with a single. He's 1 for 2 now.
I mean, that's one thing I have been impressed with. And again, you expect it at this level, but, a lot of guys, I mean, you haven't seen a lot of situations where people have missed their backup or, the coverage, on a bunt and things like that,
Well, it's a well-coached team.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, these guys know where they're supposed to be, and I mean, it's those little things that, I mean, and they don't always show up on the stat sheet, but they're the difference between a win and a loss a lot of times.
I was telling somebody the other day, they were talking about how many guys we have on the team, 33, 34 guys on this roster, and I said the best part about that is everybody, the competition that And that's where, when you got a lot of players that are close to being the same player, the difference a lot of times is the upperclassman, the veteran guy. Is he making all of his backups? Is he doing all the little things right? There's another base hit. It's going to move the runner over to second base. Gets through the 5-6 hole. These fastballs are kind of getting jumped on a little bit here by Tobias. He would.
To your point last night, I mean, a lot of guys that hadn't had an opportunity to play got in the game last night, and the veteran players that were there cheering for them and just as into the game as if they were playing.
Get a mound visit here by Coach Dunn. Second visit of the game early for Coach Dunn. All right, Coach Dunn makes his way back to the dugout. Waldrop will be the batter for Auburn. Got Daniel on first and Bellew on second with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Score is 2-1 Auburn over Spain Park. Off-speed pitch misses up. 1-0. Fastball looks like it misses in. Called a ball 2-0.
Felt like he had a little more pop on that one, too.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing about Tobias is that we've seen this year is generally a little bit of a slow starter, but from the 2nd, 3rd inning on, he seems to get a little stronger. There's a pop-up, should end the inning. John Robert is camped out under it, and it falls for the 3rd out. Hauls in the catch, and that'll do it as Auburn puts another one on the board and takes the score to 2-1 going to the bottom of the 3rd. All right, how late you gonna wait to get over there to the nacho stand at the?
I don't know.
The food truck.
I thought we had a different dietary plan for this afternoon.
I believe we do, but
So
some snacks earlier are always welcome. A little taste of the town.
I don't know what this thing is. This little watermelon. Drink that over there. But the problem is every time they got them all sitting up there, but every time you go order something, it takes them 5 minutes to make it. But I guess that way you know it's fresh.
Yeah, it's not a stale hamburger or hot dog that was cooked early this morning or yesterday. The food's been fantastic.
They do a good job out here, and I mean, talked to James Young about it. Who works out here. They really work to make things like this advantageous for the high schools. A lot of cities don't do that. They'll charge the rack rate for, hosting a tournament or having a program, but they really work with the high schools to encourage them to use these facilities and still have the opportunity to, take advantage of their fundraiser.
Well, it's a fantastic idea to have a local food truck come in and run the concessions for the tournament. It's great for their business, but it's also a huge bonus for all the attendees here. City of Hoover puts a lot into bringing people out from out of town, having tournaments, soccer tournaments, baseball tournaments, 7-on-7 tournaments. There's a bunt. It is popped up and caught by the catcher, Smallwood, who will be retired. 1 away.
I don't think that's what he was looking for there.
No, he was not. Good play by the catcher. Got out of the hole. Wasn't popped up very high, so he had to hustle to get to it. Cole Edwards going to be up to bat with Jacob Tobias on deck for Spain Park with 1 away. Off-speed pitch fools Cole Edwards on that one. He was about 20 feet out in front of that ball. Tell you what, this is a unusually slow off-speed pitch that Payne throws. There's a.
He thought about it, but
Yeah.
I think that was a little bit too much.
That was his fastball down and out. And there's a fastball gets fouled off of Cole's foot and takes the count now to 1-2. Well, I'd love to see him move up in the box. The delivery from Payne. There's a off-speed pitch, misses down. A good take by Cole, evens the count up at 2-2 now. There's a hard hit ball straight to Norton and will be the second out of the inning. Did not move his feet at all. Squared him up right in the chest.
It's like the third or fourth one. I mean, we've had a couple of hard hit balls to him, and nice, sweet, big one hoppers, but not discounting his talent over there. You can tell he's a solid shortstop.
All right, Jacob Tobias up to bat with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And there's a fastball misses up. There's a slow ground ball to second base. Should do it for Auburn, and it does. That'll retire the inning.
Go to the top of the 4th. Jags trailed 2-1. Jacob Tobias so far. The sun is killing it, too.
Yeah, I can't read my screen, so.
And the little shade.
Woods to Waldrop there on that put out from second to first base for Auburn.
And the shade that we got to kind of help us with it is going to blow away. So,
as Melania Trump likes to say, George, be better.
I try. Get our ticker going again there. So area play. So just refresh everybody's memory there, Ricky. 4 teams in area play. Top 2 advance out of area and have a chance to make it to the playoffs. But we're in a new area now, which is still Hewitt, Trussville, Chelsea, and Oak Mountain.
Yeah, it's an area I feel like we're the favorite to win. But at the end of the day, you got to get out there and play the games and make the win. So,
what do you hear on Trussville? I mean, they were solid last year, but they did lose some good pitching.
Well, so Trussville had a slightly better hitting team last year than they've had the last couple years before that. They are not really a known team for their bats. Their pitching has been what's got them to the last 2 state finals, but they don't quite have the same pitching this year, and hence the 7 or 8 losses they currently have. I know junior Ryan Davis that a lot of our kids play with. Known his dad for a long time. I think Ryan's pitching a lot for them. But after that, I don't really know what they have or much about them. They're definitely not quite the same. A little bit like this Auburn team, a team that faced Trussville year before last in the finals. 2 teams that have had really great pitching the last 2 years, and those guys finally graduated and moved on to further their careers in college. Riley Quick's been getting some innings for Alabama. Who, by the way, your Alabama Elephant, Roll Tide, whatever you want to call them, all their names, had a big win yesterday in Arkansas, in Fayetteville.
Are you really going to suggest that Alabama has a lot of names? War Eagle, Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, too. Y'all have the Alabama Hillbillies, E-Halls. There's a weak fly ball. That's going to be tough in the wind. Burke is under it and hauls in the catch. He ran out, and then the ball, I think, blew back in about 15 feet, and he tracked it in. Good play by Aiden Burke at shortstop for the first out of the inning.
But that's a textbook. That's how you want to do it. Overrun it, catch it coming back in, because if you got to go back, you're dead.
Well, with this wind blowing in, I mean, this is a solid 20, 25 mile an hour wind that hasn't let up the whole game.
Just like Jacob Tobias, it seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
And there is a bunt. It is popped foul out of play, 0-1. Fastball misses up, 1-1.
I have noticed, to your point, though, we have been seeming to run the ball up a little bit higher this weekend.
There's an off-speed pitch. Ooh, good pitch. Didn't get the call there. Missed outside just a little bit. Fox is the batter for Auburn. There's a good pitch fouled off. 1-2 now. 2-2, I'm sorry, the count. Here's the 2-2 delivery by Tobias. Off-speed pitch, pulled foul. Count remains 2-2.
George is about to lose money out of his pocket.
Broadcast, and that's what you pulled on me? Oh, that's fine. You got me. You got me.
There's a ground ball to Burke at shortstop and makes a throw to Edwards for the second out of the inning. Fastball misses down to Mason, the Auburn batter. 1-0. There's a fastball in the same spot. Gets called a strike this time. 1-1's the count. Curveball misses out. 2-1. Two away, bottom of the fourth inning. Auburn leads Spain Park 2-1. Here's the pitch from Tobias. Fastball gets grounded to third base. Smallwood fields it, makes the throw to Edwards, and that's the third out of the inning. And we will go to the bottom of the fourth inning. All right, Clay Spencer is going to lead it off for Spain Park in the bottom of the fourth inning. Payne still on the mound for Auburn. Matthew Weedre's on deck.
So kudos to my daughter there who got me with
There's
an
a base hit for Clay Spencer, and he's going to round first and go for second, and holds up and comes back as the left fielder gets the ball in quickly. Nice hit there, get the leadoff runner. First pitch gets on base.
Yeah, my daughter got me with an April Fool's joke there.
Yeah, it is April Fool's.
So I bet
What'd she get you with there?
She said that she had, tapped somebody, not like a bad wreck, but and I'm being nice. Are you okay? That's the most important thing. We'll deal with it, And I think she wanted me to get mad or something.
It's not that you get mad. There's a ball up the middle. Great play by Norton and gets the lead runner. What a fantastic play.
Yeah.
Norton's got some good ball skills. He spun around, flipped that ball up, kind of a no look, right to the second baseman.
Yeah, I'm not even sure when he got that I thought that second base was an option there. I thought he was going to have to go to first. And, the biggest thing about that is when he spun, knew exactly where the guy was. That's a tough one to get your head around on and make that toss.
Yeah. Weeder's on first base now after the fielder's choice. There is a 42-mile-an-hour ephus pitch in for a called strike.
Yeah. Great play by the shortstop there. But, yeah, my family will tell you I rarely overreact or, get fired up about, things. So.
But as we get older, George, our kids should understand our blood pressure can't really handle.
No.
It's not getting mad that they're in a wreck. It's being upset they might be hurt or injured,
Yeah, no. Somebody's going to drive out here and tell you I just, I do overreact quite frequently, and I like to get fiery.
I'm glad I'm always cool and calm and collective. And Weidra takes off and is in second safely. Nice jump and stolen base there by Weidra to get into scoring position.
And that's, again, another technique there. Great slide. If he doesn't slide to the far side of the base there with that hand, that's a much closer play. And, it's just the little techniques that – and you got to have them this time of year because you're going to be playing the best teams from here on out.
I'll tell you what, too, it was a 1-1 pitch. It was an all-speed pitch that was in low and not a good pitch to throw. And I think that go back and watch here when Mrs. High takes the count 3-1. Coach Smith, though, is, I think, keeping tabs on, and on 1-1, they have thrown a lot of off-speed pitches. And
we got 3-1 count now?
Yeah, 3-1. Great call there to put Weidra in motion, get him in scoring position with one away. And he takes off to third base, and he's going to be safe at third. Weidra showing the wheels. He's not here just to hit home runs and catch fly balls. He steals bases, too.
That's had a very complete season. He's had some great,
Oh, Jesus. You did it again. I wish you would just stop doing that now. There's a ball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. That will score Weidra from third base. That stolen base really paid off there. He would not have scored from second on that hit.
Shortchange him 2 stolen bases, not just 1.
Well, 2. Exactly.
Stolen bases.
But the stolen base to second isn't as big as the 1-2 third.
Try to recover. You're nice try to recover there.
All right, that's going to bring Ryan Cole up with James Battersby on first base. Fastball misses down and away by Payne. Score's tied up now 2-2. Foul ball by Ryan Cole, evens the count up at 1-1. Payne's at 50 pitches now. 1 out in the 4th inning. Throw over, Battersby's back safely. Called strike on a fastball.
I'm surprised the pitcher, just huge gut. Yeah, we lost the camera up there. Blew out the cable of the outfield cam. I'll have to go fix it here. We had a huge gust. That one top 25. I'm surprised the pitcher didn't step off the rubber there.
Yeah, it was a steady wind to start the game. Now it's dying off to 5-8 miles an hour, then jacking up to 25. It's a lot of gusts. Battersby takes off in motion. Great pitch to run on. The pitcher ahead in the count. Coach Smith made another great call. Got a curve ball as a 58-footer. Catcher didn't get a throw off on that one. Got another runner in scoring position with 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes?
2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. There we go.
Yeah, that was the 1-2 pitch he stole on, and it was a curveball in the dirt.
I was trying to make sure the camera didn't actually come all the way down.
Yeah, it's not a good camera anyway.
Nah, it's not.
There's another 55-footer gets to the backstop. Battersby is going to be into third with another stolen base. Payne is starting to spike those curveballs, and he's not quite getting them to the plate. They're 55, 56 footers, which is really tough to block on turf. Ball shoots off of the rubber. Ooh. Put some baby oil on my legs today, see if I can't get some sun.
Hey now.
And there's a swing and a miss. That'll be strike 3 for Ryan Cole, and rare strikeout for Ryan. He usually just gets on base.
He usually just gets on base, but he did advance the runner to from first to third, right? You're going to give him credit for those 2 steals? He was at the plate.
He was at the plate. I don't know if I'd give him the credit. There's
Okay.
a called strike to John Robert Thompson, 0-1. John Robert's one of those guys that I feel like he prefers to have 2 strikes. There's off-speed pitch misses away, 1-1. John Roberts' bat's been a little bit hotter lately. Another fastball misses away, 2-1. That's John Roberts looking to do something with this 2-1 pitch here. And there's a ground ball back to the pitcher Payne, who throws over to first. And Waldrop takes it for the 3rd out. 2-2 Spain Park. And
I'm going to go
Auburn
fix the
going to
camera, but
fifth.
when I get back, I got an important question to ask you.
I like a important question. Camera's down right now while George adjusts it for the wind, and there's a ball hit to second base. Battersby makes a great play and gets the out. 1 away, 1 up, 1 down. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Curveball misses up. 1-1's the count now. Norton, the shortstop, is the batter for Auburn. There's a hard hit ball, will be fouled down the right field line. 1-2. Curveball misses up again. Count goes 2-2. .55-footer. 3-2 now. There's a pop-up to second base. Battersby. Cole Edwards has it. Oh, and he misses it. That is called a fair ball. The ball was about a foot over the line, but the umpire blew that call majorly. Terrible call there. That's going to get an argument from Coach Smith. And neither umpire was doing their job there and missed that one. Ball was right in front of the first base Spain Park dugout and was clearly out of play. Not sure how you missed that one. Well, on the missed call, runner Norton will be at third base. Brings up Allen. First pitch misses low from Tobias. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. There's a fly ball out to right field. Ryan Cole's under it, but he lost it in the wind and the sun and everything else. That'll score a run. Auburn runner is going to get to third base and hold up. Yeah, that wind gust just absolutely about took Ryan Cole off of his feet. I think the sun got him. So we got a missed call by the umpire. Gets a run for Auburn. I have a mound visit here by Coach Dunn. Sends the infielders back out to their positions. Think he just wants to go over, calm down Jacob.
I couldn't go as high when the wind's getting too gusty, but I got the guy strapped down, so it'll survive.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed the first play there.
I did. That's what I was going to ask you. How did two guys miss that? I mean, again, it's clearly. Look, we don't want to admit that we didn't see it. We just want to.
Yeah, the field umpire definitely saw it was a foul ball, and he probably went out and said, "Do you want me to embarrass you or not?"
It's not an embarrassment, though. You don't. Sometimes you don't have
to
the
these
best
guys.
angle.
It is. High school umpires. We've seen that this year. They're just not very good at what they do. We're lucky they get any balls and strikes correct at all sometimes.
I don't know. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You can't see everything from every angle.
The ball was a couple of feet out. It'd be different if you're on a field
What's
that's
the
not
score
marked
now? I
very
gotta
well.
get the score.
3-2.
3-2. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he got third base on the foul ball, and then can't really call it a swing and a miss. Can't really call it an error on Ron Cole, I don't guess, out there.
I mean, you remember that
it's
last
a ball
year?
he catches 99 out of 99 times, I presume, without a 30-mile-an-hour wind. Just at the last minute, that Gus took that ball, and you could see it move 10 feet.
Where are we? Set it up for me. Any outs? I was down there dealing with Cameron.
Yeah, we did have one out, had a ball hit to Battersby, and made the throw over to
We got a guy
Cole
with a
Edwards.
third. Okay, so don't you remember last year we're playing Thompson? I guess in the Metro. I mean, I remember you yelling. Sean was on the mound, and you even called out. I think it was the Thompson coach because I mean it was so far foul. He almost fielded it.
Oh, yeah. I
And
remember that.
yeah, I mean, I think you yelled at Coach. And I mean it was that bad.
Yeah, and it's not like he reached towards the line for
Yeah.
it. It went through his legs, the third base coach. So, yeah. There's a fastball misses just down
So
on
now,
1-2. Good.
so
So count up at 2-2.
set the rule for me here. So Dunn's been out there 3 times now. So any visit from this point, he's got to
Yes.
make a change. Correct?
That is my understanding. And there's a foul ball.
There
Oh, he
you go.
got that one right. It was only an inch foul, and he managed to see that one, but not the 2-footer. But he was actually paying attention to that one. Sometimes I think these guys just think the other guy might be doing it.
I mean, I think that's what they get into sometimes. But I think the other guy's going to make the call, and then neither of them make it. And then,
Well, that's clearly the umpire behind the plate's call. And there's a pop foul over the first base dugout. Get out of play. Count's going to stay 2-2. 75 pitches now for Jacob Tobias. Bellevue is the batter. Allen's on third for Auburn. Fastball misses out. Takes the count now full up, 3-2. Didn't miss by much, but that's one that Jacob really has to get some of the plate on. And the 3-2 curveball misses down, and we'll put Bellevue on first base. My guess is we are not going to throw through on the runner going with this wind blowing in Clay's face.
and with the one run, yeah, it's only down 1 run. Where are they at in their order?
They are. Daniel is up to bat. He's 2 for 2 today. And we do throw through and does not get the out. Good throw by Clay, but just a tiny bit late.
Very good throw.
He had in the Bingham game yesterday, he had 2 great throws we couldn't get a tag down on, and beat the runner with a throw, though.
That was called strike, wasn't it?
I believe it was called a ball.
I was watching the runner.
And there's a ground ball to Burke, who's going to make the throw. Looks the runner back to second, makes a good throw to first. Run's going to score for Auburn, and 4-2.
It's the best you could do right there.
Yep, 2 away now for Spain Park. Well, ultimately, Auburn's given us a freebie with their pitcher today, and we're not taking advantage of it. So we get up. If we don't get the bats going against this guy before he gets out of the game, it's going to be one we're going to regret.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you really, doesn't matter, but feel good to kind of come off a win, even in this, these
Yeah.
conditions, as you prep for area play on Tuesday.
Could be a little strategery by Auburn, though. Maybe they know how bad we are against 60-mile-an-hour pitchers.
Maybe. So that was my question to you. You know, as a coach and as a player, you know, it's so unique to play this many games, and you know, you're coming out with a good record, and we beat a lot of the top teams in the state by some rankings or the other, and you got to feel good. But you know, how do you separate? You know, how do you kind of keep that confidence and that momentum, but also not try to look at it as a totally different season? You want to keep playing the way you've been playing, but you don't want to treat it different. But how do you? So, such a fine line. How do you do it?
Well, I mean, swing and a miss there takes it count to 1-2. The batter Waldrop, first baseman. Well, I mean, you know, that's you kind of have to look at it like the whole beginning of the season. Well, like MLB plays 162 games. Why? Not just to set up the playoffs, but you're developing players. You're finding what you got. You're getting those guys ready for this coming week when area play starts. And these guys, this is a very mature team Spain Park has. I don't think Coach Smith's going to tell them anything different. He's just going to go out and play the same game they've been playing. You know, it's going to be a little more energy in the air for these games. We heard Oak Mountain last night. They are very loud and rowdy, and I don't think they have the talent. There's a strike 3 right there, and that'll end the inning for Tobias. But yeah, Oak Mountain's a team that doesn't have as much talent as Spain Park, but they're going to try to get in your heads by being loud and rambunctious, yelling a lot, all that kind of stuff. That's the game they have to play, and we can't let it bother us. We have to go out and just play baseball.
Yeah, they do. I mean, but they are formidable on the bump. Like that, I think that's probably where they're the deepest and strongest from the reports that I've gotten.
Yeah, they have one pitcher that could definitely beat us if our bats are not on. But the good news is he does throw fairly hard, and we do a lot better against hard throwers. I think every time we faced a guy that throws in the low 70s, high 60s this year, like this guy for Auburn, we've really struggled.
Yeah, I mean, we're not the only ones. You go look at. I mean, even that's why some of those knuckleballers are so successful. You know, I mean, yes, they've got the movement, but just going to such a drastic change in speed.
These guys take hundreds of cuts a week, and they do it all to set up and get their timing developed for 85, 90-mile-an-hour pitching. And so when they see a guy that's way below that, it's really a tough adjustment. This guy really, really gets it down there in the low velo range. And not something we've handled very well at times this year. Aiden Burke's up to bat now for Spain Park.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but
Go ahead, say
you know where I was going to go. No, Aiden's had a nice game. Played nice this weekend at shortstop. You know,
Aiden?
Yeah, he settled in there. You know, for a while there, we were, taking number.
No, I mean, something
open tryouts for,
talked to his dad about earlier this year, and he was, and we all know there's a hard hit ball straight to Norton, who will make the throw over to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. But yeah, no, anybody who's seen Aiden play baseball over the years knows what an incredible shortstop he is. The coaches obviously know because they stuck with him even when he was having some multiple error games back to back. Everything he was doing was hustle errors. He was trying to do a little too much. And there's a 52-mile-an-hour ephus pitch in for a called strike to Smallwood. Cole Edwards on deck with one away. 4-2 Auburn over Spain Park. But yeah, Aiden's definitely settled down. There's a hard hit ball. Third baseman makes a diving catch, tries to throw off of his feet, and he gets away. Smallwood's going to get to second base. Bad idea there by the third baseman. That's one where you just hold that ball. He tried to throw it off his butt from third and ended up throwing it over to the right field fence. Smallwood now reach a base hit to single and advances to second on the air.
That's how I would score.
Oh, I would too. He had no play to get the out at first base. He just got up and made an errant throw. All right, Cole Edwards up with a runner in scoring position.
But to your point, that's one I think you got to live to fight another day because, keep him there at first. I mean, it's a 2-run game, but.
Yeah, the ball gets by him. He makes the diving stop. If it gets by him, Smallwood's probably getting to second base anyway. And, holding him to first is that's the victory. There's a hard hit ball pulled foul by Edwards, and
you
just miss a kid walking out there.
Keep a double play, and play. You sit there, a little harder for him to score.
Yeah.
I mean, if he, Cole does something here, now it's a 1-run game.
Yeah, Smallwood's got great speed, so just about any base hit's going to score Smallwood from second. There's a ball behind Edwards, and that gets to the backstop. Now Smallwood's on third base. Definitely scores on a base hit now. That curveball got away from him. Amazing he threw behind him with a wind blowing the opposite way that hard. I feel like as slow as he's throwing, he could throw a ball at Cole and it would probably miss outside. There's a fastball down in the dirt. Gets stopped by the Auburn catcher, Mason.
If you haven't yet, make sure you click subscribe there so you get all the notifications as we move in area play.
Ball misses down, takes the count out 2-0 to Cole. 2-1, I'm sorry. No, he fouled one off a minute ago.
He did.
Nobody has a strike on the scoreboard or on Game Changer. There's another foul ball, so that'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole's struggling a little bit to adjust to how slow this guy is. He's way out in front of everything. And with 2 strikes right now, I'd love to see him move up. That one's off his foot. And of course, the umpire missed it again. This is amazing how many times they miss that, and it's so obvious.
I mean, we can replay it. Got the run in, but
Yeah, got the run in. And
would you
that's
much
great.
rather have the run in without the out?
Well, I'd like to just see Cole get another shot there. But I guess that's probably why it's early in the game, and I'm not going to argue with a gift of the run by the bad call. There's that 40-mile-an-hour Ephus pitch in for he called it a ball.
I did.
It sounded like he caught a strike, but I don't know.
That one he did.
That he caught a strike. Now 1-2. Inconsistent on the bottom part of the zone. That one was low. He's called that pitch a ball most of the day. And Jacob
down.
does his best to wait on it, hits the ball to second base, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Now before Spain Park gets one back and goes in after 5, I'll apologize, 4-3.
I did not expect this win today.
Got Blake Patrick warming up in the Spain Park bullpen. Tobias had 85 pitches here to start the 6th inning. Woods will be the batter for Auburn.
I can hear the wind coming through your mic into my headphones.
How's that? Covered up.
No, you're good. I'm trying to.
There's the first pitch ball down. 1-0 to Woods. Swing and a miss, evens the count up 1-1. I believe Woods came out of his spikes there on that one. There's a curveball in for a called strike. I went ahead and called that before the umpire did, because if he missed that call, wasn't going to take it back. 1-2 is the count. And another curveball. That was the same pitch, and he calls it a ball this time. 2-2. Whew. Rough back there. Good to see Jacob, though, getting that curveball going. Fastball misses down and takes the count full. And there's a walk. Ball misses down and out just a little bit. Woods will go to first base.
How many pitches is he at now? He's got to be up over 90.
91 pitches now. Nope, 90. 91. Fox is the batter. He's 0 for 2 today. And tries to bunt the runner over, fouls it off. High fastball. That was a sacrifice bunt all the way. Throw over to first, runner's back safely. Like to see a curveball right here, George. He's starting to locate that curveball better. There's a fastball, fouled off, tried to bunt again, now 0-2. This is the one, instead of throwing 2 feet off the plate for a ball, I would love to see about a foot up down the middle. Tough pitch for a batter to lay off.
Let's see what you get here. Let's see what you get.
I see what we're getting already. Clay's lined up over to the left side of the left batter's box. And we got a ball as usual. A change up and fouled off. As Fox stays alive, count remains 1-2. There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Good pitch there by Tobias. Fastball down and away. Got the chase.
1 down.
1 down. Woods the runner at first for Auburn, and that's going to bring Mason up to bat. Mason's 0 for 2 today. Hit to third base twice. I believe I just heard Coach Smith yell out. Got one away. Score 4-3 Auburn over Spain Park in the top of the 6th inning. This game's gone quickly.
It has gone quickly.
Runner takes off, and there's a hit and run was on, and another foul ball. That's about the 5th or 6th hit and run that's been fouled off today. You know, in the last inning, they did this back-to-back. This is definitely when I'd like to see a nice high fastball, high and outside, if they have the hit and run on. It's a great pitch for Clay to throw on. Gets the chase. Swing and a miss. Counts 1-2 now. Looking for the runner to be in motion. motion now. No, stays put. There's
Oh.
a foul ball.
We tried to get him with one of those slow curve balls.
Just got a piece of it. Stays alive. Count still 1-2. 99 pitches now for Tobias. That was 100. Fastball, foot or so off the plate. Oh, curveball gets away from him a little bit, takes the count full.
He went up the stairs for you.
Yeah, but not on purpose, though. It's got to be on purpose. When the curveball just got away from him a little bit. Runner's leaning, he takes off, and there's ball 4.
You think they pulled the trigger here?
Yeah, I imagine so.
I think they're going to pull the trigger.
Yeah. And Coach Smith just put his clipboard down, so they'll speed up runner in for Mason. Cosby will be the batter. And they're going to let him face one more, it looks like, here. There's a foul ball out of play over the third base dugout. 0-1 to Cosby. Cosby's 0 for 3 today. Fastball misses away, evens the count up 1-1.
Still have action in the bullpen. I don't know. Kyle Cahalan, our usually trusted, worthy call to the bullpen, is not giving us any updates today.
Doug Cole just filled us in, said Blake Patrick was down there throwing. Runners go. We throw behind him to the back runner, and he's in safely. Nobody covered second base.
Yeah, I guess they thought he might go to third there, but I mean, you still got to cover.
Yeah, the runner got a great jump to third. And,
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was a great decision by Clay, but
yeah, the runner at first was kind of doing the lazy, nobody's going to throw to the second runner, but a little miscommunication.
but Clay does what you tell catchers to do at a young age. You throw it whether they're there or not. You got to trust that they're going to get there.
It's not your job to make them be there. It's their job to know to be there. Fastball misses up. Still got some baseball to play, but the difference in the game right now is the missed call by the umpire behind the plate.
Two, really. I mean, again, I don't know how when you have two guys they can't see that go off the front. I mean, it was.
All right, that's going to do it. Another walk for Jacob Tobias, and Coach Smith's going to make the trip out to the mound. And Blake Patrick's going to be on the mound now for Spain Park. Got the bases loaded. Woods, Mason, and Cosby are the runners with the shortstop, Norton, up to bat. Norton's 0 for 2 today. I believe he has a walk or reached on error. Got one away. Just need a ground ball here, George. There we go. Fastball gets fouled off. 0-1. Blake has good stuff. Has a nice fastball in the 82, 83 range. Has a really sharp breaking curveball. Struggle's been just missing high a lot this year. Right now, it looks like he's got good stuff, though. He's keeping the ball down. That's a nice fastball down in the zone. Got a swing and miss. Takes the count to 0-2.
1 out or 2?
1 out.
That's what I thought.
Looks like we're going to throw the curveball here. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what, Edwards went home with the throw, missed the out there at home, but then Clay threw back down to first base and got Norton, who was just jogging. Not really sure why he wasn't hustling to first, but anyway, 2 outs now. Auburn gets a run. I'm sure they'll trade an out for a run there all day long. 5-3, Auburn over Spain Park.
Yeah, well, and the runner at third got a good jump on that. So, but no harm done. Same result.
Yeah, the runner at third got a great jump, and just seemed really odd there that Norton was just jogging at a very slow pace to first. Anyway, brings up Allen to bat. Fastball misses up and in. 1-0. Cosby's at second for Auburn, and Mason on third.
Let's see. There we go.
Fastball misses down. Runner stays at third.
Five, 3, 2 outs here. Top of the 6th.
Big, good confidence builder here for Blake to get out of this thing. There's the 2-0 pitch from Patrick. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Took a little bit off of that one and kind of placed it there. There's a fastball hit to the shortstop. Aiden Burke makes the throw to first, and that'll retire the inning. Auburn adds one more, takes the score to 5-3, going to the bottom of the 6th. Good outing there for Blake Patrick, though, to come in relief for the bases loaded. Only gave up the one slow roller to first base that gave up the out. So I think overall very, very pleasing for Coach Smith and for Blake Patrick.
This is true. Clay Spencer going to lead it off for the Jags here in the bottom of the 6th. Auburn up 5-3. Blake Patrick, nice job coming in to get out of the jam there. Get you the numbers on Jacob Tobias here in a minute. Fair ball right down the third base line. This should be a double for Clay. Clay Spencer into second base, standing up. Great way to lead off the 6 here. He'll get a courtesy runner coming in here. I believe Jacob Bird is going to come on for Clay. And a great hit from Clay, much needed at right place, right time, as usual for Clay Spencer. So another great hit there. So found the hole there between short and third. Coach Smith knowing that run did not matter. We've got to get 2, so holds them at third. Looks like Auburn is going to make a pitching change possibly here. At least come and talk about it. Auburn will make a change. Ball low, first and third, nobody out. Jags trail 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th. James Battersby at the plate. Clay Spencer started the Jags off with a double right down the third base line. Runner goes. They do not throw. Defensive indifference there. They're comfortable. Want to make sure they keep the run there at third with a 2-run lead. Called strike. Ooh, ball just missed. Fouls it away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball. It's going down the right field line. Can't see it from our vantage point. Gets foul. It's going to remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ryan Cole on deck. Ryan 1 for 2 on the day. James Battersby 1 for 2 on the day with 1 RBI. Full count. First base is open, but definitely do not want to load the bases here with nobody out. And ball outside, puts him on first. Jaguars, bases loaded, nobody out. Ryan Cole, who loves to get on base, steps to the plate. Called strike there. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter potentially here for J.R. Thompson. Chapman Blevins in the on-deck circle.
All right, this is kind of what we like here. A little more velo. He's missing outside the pitch. He got mad and threw his hands up in the air and acted like he couldn't believe he didn't get that call a minute ago. I was standing behind home plate, and it was solid 6-8 inches off the plate, so I'm not really sure why sometimes these guys flip out the way they do.
I can't see it. Chapman's in the way, but I'm not going to ask him to move because, you know, then I'll get blamed whatever happens next.
Yes, I will definitely blame you. There's a foul tip. Catcher hangs on to it. That'll be the second strike, 2-2. Yeah, Chappie's had a hot bat, man. He roped one off the left center fence last night.
He's taking advantage of the situations he's been put in. You know, he did.
Hey, there's a base hit. Gonna get the out at third base. Good play by the third baseman just to knock that down. He dove for it, came off his glove, picked it up, laid on third base. But a run's gonna score. Bring it up to 5-4 now with one away. Auburn over Spain Park here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That's a great at bat by Ryan Cole there. I mean, I'm surprised like you said, third baseman did a great job just knocking that down and making the play. You know, if that gets, if he doesn't do that, that's at least 2 runs in right there.
Yeah, definitely, probably 2-run scores there. Got one in, got one away, and Chapman Blevins and his hot bat's up. This pitcher has a quicker delivery than the last guy, so imagine the runner's gonna stay where they're at. Got one in scoring position, so I don't want to mess that up.
Great situation for Ryan Cole, you know, with the first baseman playing in. You typically get a little bit bigger lead there and you know, avoid a double play situation. And now the first baseman is going to go back for that very reason. And with the no need with nobody at third, I was wondering why he was playing so shallow, to be honest with you.
Oh, Chappie, man, that ball was up in his eyes, swung and missed. He's a little jacked up on that one. 0-2. Catcher call timeout there. Gonna reset and try it again. Battersby's at second base, has good speed. There is a slow chopper. That's going to be a tough play. Going to get the out at first, but move the runners over to second, third. With Aiden Burke up to bat, and Smallwood will be on deck. 2 away here, 5-4 lead for Auburn. Ball 1 in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher.
You know, but it's just so important there. Even though he gets the out, he advances the runners. Pass ball, wild pitch. You know, another slow roller. I mean, you get this game tied.
Fastball misses in. Takes the count now to 3-0 to Burke. Imagine he'll be taken all the way here. And there's a 4-pitch walk to Burke, and the top of the lineup, Smallwood, is up now. Good at bat there for Burke. Didn't really get anything close to the zone. Did his job. And Smallwood, who's 1 for 3, is up. There's a called strike. Looks like the shortstop and the pitcher just swapped spots.
Definitely had to make a pitching change there, but I'm not sure I'd pull that shortstop. He's been money today.
There's a ball hit to the shortstop. He fields it, makes the throw over to first, and that'll end the inning. And Spain Park strands the bases loaded to end the 6th inning. All right, Blake Patrick's going to come back out for Spain Park. He had a good inning coming in with the bases loaded and got Spain Park out of it in the last inning. Get 3 outs here, don't give up any runs, and give our hitters one good chance. And we're back now. Bell used the batter, 1 for 2 today. There's a called strike. 1-1. Foul ball. That'll take the count to 1-2. Yeah, Blake Patrick looks like he's definitely made some mechanical adjustments here since his last few outings. Keeping the ball down, not overthrowing. Good curveball, just misses, I guess, outside off the plate. 2-2 now. Foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Curveball gets away from him now. 3-2. Fastball misses up and out. Be a walk for Patrick. Bellew jogs down to first base. There's a foul ball out of play, 0-1. Walk. Daniel's a batter for Auburn. Fastball up and in again. This is what's plagued him this year is trying to overthrow. Huh? 0-1. 0-2. I'm sorry. 1-1. Is that a ball? 2-1 now. That was nice. Went with the slide step, couldn't get his weight too far back, and made a nice pitch, got fouled off, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All right, count goes now to 3-2. Curveball got away from him again, missed up out of the zone. And misses up out of the zone again. Another walk.
So, coach for a day, set your rotation for the first round area for me.
Go with Lucas on the road at Oak Mountain, Lucas Thornton. And, hope he can get deep, 5-6 innings at least in that game. And then I'm looking at John Robert Thompson to come in and close it out. And then I'm going to start at home, CJ Gross in the Thursday game against Oak Mountain. And kind of the same thing. You want to look at John Robert and Jacob Tobias being your relievers. Really like John Robert coming in out of center field to be that closing role.
That was his role last year, and he really embraced it.
That's a good role for him. I mean, he's really important out in center field for us, and he's got that closer mentality anyway. There's a failed bunt attempt, and
Not sure why he got a drag there. He was trying to do there. You just want to get that. He just want to get that down, get an insurance run.
Unless we did not make unless his coach gave him the bunt for hit early in the count.
Possible, but I don't think that's a likely scenario there.
He's going to bunt again, and he fouls that one off. Now he's got 0-2. The look and reaction there on that one, I do believe he was a sack bunt and failed. Always a coach's favorite thing.
I tell you this, you see coaches practice it. It just seems like kids these days are getting less and less bunts down.
Another fastball misses up out of the zone. I think Blake's going to be a good starter for us next season. He's got good stuff. I think once he gets over high school season here and gets to travel ball, they'll fix his mechanical issues pretty quickly.
You get a little bit more, you seem to get a little bit more innings there, more games packed in a few days. And
you just got to have somebody work with him. He's got a couple of small mechanical things that are causing him to leave the ball up. Easy fix, but just got to have somebody fix it. There you go, that one right there. He had a nice plane. His hip stayed level, and as he got into his glide, and the ball stayed down in the zone. 2-2 now. You'll see, though, when you see him separate his hands, when you see his hips get to a 30-degree plane tilted back, ball's going to miss up every time.
Ooh.
Chase right there on the ball out of the zone, got a strikeout, much needed. Makes the double play get us out of the inning. Got one away here in the top of the 7th, 5-4, Auburn over Spain Park. So Waldron was retired, and that's going to bring up Woods, who's 1 for 2. Be the batter for Auburn. Oh, and they got the runner hung up, makes a throw, and he's out at third base. Great job by Blake Patrick. Got the runner trying to swipe a base, spun off, ran at him, did it just like he's coached, and that's 2 away now. That changes things quite a bit, George.
Does change things quite a bit. Yeah. A little surprised, too, that the runner's still standing on first there, too.
That's something right there, though. It's going to go a long way for Blake because executing that is not always as easy as coaches hope it is for a young pitcher who hadn't had a lot of reps this year. There we go. There's a ground ball, and Aidenberg steps on second, gets out of the inning. So good job there by Blake Patrick helping himself out. Excellent job. So Spain Park going to have one more shot at it here.
You know, on the stat sheet it doesn't, but, you know, mentally for Blake going into this week, that, you know, basically erases those 2 walks, you know, and you basically walk off the mound feeling good, getting out of that inning. You know, you take some confidence that you probably wouldn't have had, not probably, you wouldn't have had without that pickoff, and, you know, then put yourself to get that play and get out of it.
Indeed. Cole Edwards going to start it off for Spain Park, the number 2 batter in the lineup with Jacob Tobias on deck. Going to have Norton on the mound still for Auburn. Like for Norton to miss on one of those fastballs and leave it up in the zone and let Cole do something with it. I know Cole doesn't love those low and away fastballs, but you get him something up in the zone.
My daughter's sending me pictures bragging being at the beach, but she says it's windy down there too, so.
Good, I'm glad. I hope the wind picks up down there. Just kidding. I hope she has a good time. I'd rather be at the ballpark than the beach. There's a hard hit ball.
Oh.
Shortstop makes a diving catch. Will not make the play at first. And there's a base hit for Cole Edwards to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning.
Surprised you're going to give him a hit on that, man. You usually score everything in there.
Throw was late.
I'm just messing with you. Again, though, they have had solid play at shortstop today.
Yeah, has a diving catch. But, you know, just didn't have the arm.
I got to give you a hard time about something, man. I gave up on the dirt.
Cole's got good speed, so there was the bunt attempt by Tobias. That was a ball, and he fouled it off. So that was going to be a strike on the board, though. Imagine Coach Smith is going to put that sacrifice bunt in.
How do you feel there about a lefty bunting with in that situation? I know you like small ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that run at first is very important. Hey, there's a base hit
fall.
right there.
That's
going to fall. Edwards going to be safe at second base. Has a little blooper off the fist, and second baseman was in. First baseman was in. Normally, I think the second baseman catches that ball, but managed to get over his head. So back-to-back base hits. And Spain Park with no outs has runners on first and second.
like I say, I don't mind the call there. I'm just curious because, you get with a left-handed batter, you get to hold the man on first. You got a bigger hole over there, and if he does get it through there, you get the guy to third. So, but it's a risk-reward thing. It's gut feel time, and I don't think either one's probably the wrong call. But with men on first and second, for Coach Smith, it was the right call, right?
Absolutely was.
Our day.
And we got Clay Spencer up the bat, who is now 2 for 3. He's got 2 hard hit balls down the left field line today. And that's the stoutest gust of the day. And all right, got Tobias.
We're bringing a pinch runner for Jack Kendricks coming in to run for Tobias.
Jack's got better and better on the bases as the year's gone on, and it looks a lot more comfortable out there. All right, got the corners playing up, and there is a bunt. That's a good one, too. That's going to be a tough play, and it's going to be safe. Clay Spencer with a fantastic bunt and a great hustle down to first, dives into first, and is safe. Again, that was another phenomenal play by an Auburn infielder just to field that ball and make the throw, make it close.
I'll tell you in a minute.
And with nobody out, bases loaded, down by 1 run, Spain Park has Matthew Wedra, who's been hitting the ball great, and takes the ball high. Fastball misses up. The Auburn pitcher did not like that call. I don't really disagree with him, but I'm happy we got the call. The same pitch and called the ball again.
So corners are in, but they're remaining in double play depth in the middle.
And we got
Jacob Bird at first base to run for Clay Spencer.
And that'll be a foul ball. I think that's going to get out of play. That ball cleared the right field fence, but it was about 10 feet foul. Matthew does have a habit of putting the ball over that right field fence.
Especially where we can't see it.
I could, but I'm much more athletic than you, George. There's an all-speed pitch where they got a big swing and miss.
He must have called one of those first ones a strike that we thought was a ball.
Did he really?
Yeah.
There's a strikeout to Wedra there, 1 away.
So we got Battersby up here.
Battersby's up to bat, and Ryan Cole's on deck. Called strike. All right, guys, we got to swing these bats. First pitch, though, is not the one Battersby is looking for. And popped up out of play. Quickly finds himself 0-2. Oh, watching strike 3.
Bases loaded. All right, Ryan Cole.
Got to get at least one of these runs in, or we don't deserve. But I tell you what, it's still going to always bother me being down by 1 run when that run was given to Auburn by the umpire behind the plate. There's a swing and a miss foul ball off the catcher. 0-1.
And you had the 1-2 where went off Cole Edwards, I think, leg. I mean, clear as day.
Fastball misses up. 1-1 now. There's fastball down. 2-1. Now we're back to a hitter's count.
All it takes one here. Fastball, wild pitch. Ball in play.
The outfield is all in.
Which again,
They're
I
playing
guess,
very shallow.
well, with the wind blowing in, they
There's a foul ball, and counts now at 2-2. Ryan's 1 for 3 today. And fastball misses down, counts full. 3-2, 2 away. Runners are going to be moving here for Spain Park. Base hit should definitely score 2 now. And strikeout, that'll be the ball game. Auburn's going to win 5-4. Thanks to atrocious call by the umpires, but we didn't help ourselves out there, getting the bases loaded with no outs and leaving them stranded.
No, you cannot do that. You got to find a way. And again,
That's
great bunt by Clay Spencer. We're giving him an out, and they, just perfect bunt, perfect place, and puts us in that situation. And you just got to have a sacrifice fly or something there, but just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, not probably. I'll say this was our worst game probably since the Stanhope Elmore game earlier this season. As a team, we shouldn't lose to. We didn't help ourselves out much at all.
No, but, we do head into, get a day's, two's rest here as we head into area play to kind of regroup. And, again, there'll be something out tonight for students to go ahead and claim their tickets to, we want to pack the park over at Oak Mountain. It's going to be a good game. Oak Mountain was out here last night. And could you hear him, Rick? Could you hear him?
Yeah, I heard something back behind me there. Heard a whole lot of yeehaws, and there must be a lot of Alabama fans over there.
So, and it's in, again, you just move Vestavia out, move Oak Mountain in. It feels like that rivalry, it's just as intense. It hasn't even had a chance to really build first year in the area, but it's there.
The good news is, though, Vestavia's a much better baseball team than Oak Mountain, and I'm not going to say much better, but definitely a better ball club. So it's on us to take care of business. We should win this area, and, if we don't, it's on us.
What do you know about Chelsea?
Chelsea, okay ball club, sub 500, not having a great season. They have a couple of good pitchers. Definitely a team that could get dangerous. When you get to this time of the year, it's a whole new thing, though. You're not playing 3, 4, 5 games a week. You're playing 2. Mm-hmm. And those 2 are all that matters, and kind of simplifies your pitching. And should be, again, looking like Gadsden City's a team that we shouldn't lose to last year. Us and Vestavia both went up there and lost a game.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will be live on Tuesday. At Oak Mountain, and we want to see everybody out there. And you can always go back and rewatch the stream. As much as we love you watching, we'd rather have you out there live and in person. Right, Ricky?
That's right.
So, and who knows, we might even put you on. So, but everybody have a great weekend, and look forward to Tuesday, and go Jags.
Go Jags.